What's going on, everybody? Gonna hit you with a quick deck tech for the second deck in Speedy and I's budget extravaganza. It's gonna be for this bad boy, Syr Konrad the Grim. He is a aristocrats style commander. He is gonna be all the fun, all the jank, all the head scratching, brow furrowing action that you want to see when your opponents don't know what to do. He is a legendary human knight. He is 3 colorless, 2 black mana. He reads, whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature leaves your graveyard, Syr Konrad deals 1 damage to each opponent. He also has the 1 colorless and 1 black ability that reads, each player puts a top card of their library in the graveyard. He's also a beater at 5/4. So he's going to be like a Speedy style aristocrat deck. He is funny, he's tricky, he's explosive. I only played 1 game with him last week. I didn't shuffle. I was in the middle of playing the first game last week, and I just started shuffling, like sleeving up this deck because Speedy came in the middle of the game and he gave it to me, and I started sleeving up. I got mana screwed because I didn't shuffle long enough, but I see where the deck's going and I see the potential. I think it's going to be very explosive. I think it's going to be very fun to play, and I think it's going to be sneaky. It's a budget deck, so here we go. We got Crypt of Agadim, Blighted Fen, Sequestered Stash, Witch's Cottage is what we call a less than reputable woman's house here in the south side of Chicago, repping that Canaryville. Actually, Canaryville is starting to get expensive, so you never know. Thanks, gentrification. Blasted Landscape, Mortuary Mire, Drown Yard Temple, Everglades. I really enjoy that art. Haunted Fengraf, Memorial to Folly, Buried Ruin, Polluted Mire, Bajuka Bog, and Mage Ring Network. And then we got a big old brick of 22 swamps. You know how I do. Repping that budget deck. So now we're going to go with, leading off with my favorite category of cards, the Goons. We got Eye Collector. That's a little fun little card I've never seen before until right now, or until I started playing the deck. Whenever Eye Collector deals combat damage to a player, each player mills 1. That's pretty spicy for a 1/1 flyer with the strict upside for this deck. Another good card for this deck, Returned Reveler, Blood Pet, Send Your Autocrat, Plague Crafter, Corpse Connoisseur, Grim Hauruspex, Champion of Stray Souls, Fleshbag Marauder, Blood Vassal, Pawn of Ulamog, Extractor Demon, Whisper, Blood Lethargist, Ayara. I think this card's pretty sweet. Ayara, you know, gaining life, draining people, sacking creatures, drawing cards. You know, you're going to sack a creature, or you're going to get the drain from a black creature entering. You're going to get the life gain from black creature entering. You're going to get the card draw from her sacking the creature. Then you get the ping from Syr Konrad. Seems like a win-win-win. Scrap Trawler, Zulaport Cutthroat, Basil Sliver, whatever the hell, Spy, Milling People, Slum Reaper, Soul of Innistrad, Stinkweed Imp, Nim Devourer. These sleeves are so sticky. They're not sticky, but they're tough. They don't even have like you need to buy a new pack of Ultra Pros. Those things are slippery as ever. These things are like crisp, like brand new $1 bills. When you get a pack of 100, it's just like, you just give me a brick. Merciless Executioner, Vengeful Pharaoh, Poor Man's Dread, Poor Man's No Mercy, Corpse Augur, Smothering Abomination, Pitiless Plunderer, Blood Artist, and Geth, Lord of the Vault. That rounds out the Goon package. Now we got some miscellany. We got some return here. We got Dread Return, Twilight's Call, Wake the Dead. Here comes some Mana Rocks. We got Soul Ring. Now, Speedy didn't put many Mana Rocks in here, but he put dude rocks in here. He put mana rocks that are really dudes, so when they die, Konrad triggers. We got Opaline Unicorn, Palladium Mirror, Milliken, Leaden Mirror, Scuttlemutt, and Hedron Caller. We got some return creature cards from the graveyard and some other miscellaneous spells. We got Empty the Catacombs, a great card for this deck. Songs of the Damned, Dread Summons, Restless Dreams, Ghastly Conscription, Forever Young, Return of Things, drawn a card. Death Denied, a great card. I think it's probably undervalued. It's 4 mana, but whatever. If you're playing a 4-player game, you're going to have 3 people discard a card, and you're going to just draw a card for each discarded that way. So if you're going to draw 3 cards, I think it's fantastic. You're going to draw 3 cards, 2 people are going to discard. So you're going to be at a, depending on if it's early game, a marginal advantage. If it's late game, and people are holding on to 1 or 2 cards in their hands, and you rip this off the top, you might have them discard a necessary piece of their combo. You might have them have a card that's like, oh, they just grabbed a draw spell or a rift or whatever the hell. If it's late game, I think that the value, the later the game goes, the later you cast this card, I think the value increases in it. That's what I think. Shared Trauma, a card no one will buy into with us in this game. No Rest for the Wicked, a beautiful, beautiful Kevin card. Dark Prophecy, whenever something dies, lose a life and draw a card. And here comes an old school card that is just a brick of text. Infernal Genesis. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player puts a top card of his or her library into their graveyard. He or she then creates X/1/1 black minion creature tokens and then they're for the converted mana cost. That is ridiculous. That is so funny. I've always wanted to use that and try to figure out how to abuse like Draco or Stratodon or some of those other big dumb artifacts from yesteryear. My favorite thing to do in the world, and I've done it one time, is to what the hell's the name of that card? Baneful Omen. Baneful Omen into Draco is just the best feeling in the world. And then we got some other cards in here that are very good in the deck. We got Tortured Existence and Haunted Crossroads. Bring them cards that you sacrifice or just mill to the top of your library. Either cast them for value or just to have, just to use. Then we got a card I didn't expect you to use. Mindcrank. Works wonders with Konrad. Desecrated Tomb. We're going to be putting all those creatures in the yard. We got those creatures back. Might as well bring some bats to the party. Codex Shredder. And Mimic Vat. Speedy went on this long, sent me this like giant text to me the other day, explained when I told him I was doing the deck tech, explained to me like all the possibilities of using Mimic Vat with this and with Konrad. And so you're gonna, I don't know, it's just, I'm gonna wait till it actually comes into play to actually bring the text back up and explain to the table how it works. Well, we'll leave it at that. Now here is Speedy's like piece de resistance for the deck. We got 3 cards here. We got, zoom out. We got Foot Bottom Feast, Bone Harvest, and Grave Purge. Each of these cards lets you put any number of target creatures from your graveyard on top of your library. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill your yard with all the creatures, and then ideally you'll have this son of a bitch, Undercity Informer, and he reads, sacrifice creature, target player reveals top of his library until he gets a land, and then you mill him. So basically you're going to stack your top of your deck with creatures. You're going to stack a creature, and you're going to mill all those creatures until you hit a land. So you're going to mill whatever the hell you put on top of your library, and Syr Konrad is just going to beat face for all those creatures. And so then another card, which is hilarious in this deck, which I would love just to play right after I play Syr Konrad, and I don't even give a shit if I lose. It's going to be a Morality Ship, which is exchange your graveyard and your library, then shuffle your library. So if you got like half your deck, or even 4/5 of your deck, you just flip it into your graveyard. All those creatures are going to make Konrad trigger. And then, you know, God forbid you got a Mimic Vat out, then you could just like copy the best one and then be like, alright, screw you guys. Thanks for coming to my house. I'll see you later. But yeah, this is a really fun deck. I really enjoy it. Hopefully I will be able to cast more spells this game and not be so mana screwed. But that's it, guys. That's deck 2 from our budget deck tech series. Hopefully, you know, we'll get some more deck techs. I got a couple ideas milling around my head for decks I want to build. Some of the other guys are thinking about making deck techs. And I tell them, just, you know, make a deck tech, send it to us, we'll figure it out. Alright guys, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think.